there's a lot of work involved in getting yourself to the point where you say, yeah, I'm living my life as a human. I'm based on this work-oriented knowledge building, and now I'm in the work-oriented value pursuing, right? So that is for me, that is the foundation, and this is how you should carry that foundation into the world of morality. And if certainty is what you're trying to achieve in epistemology, happiness is what you're trying to achieve in ethics, right? And I think the beautiful way that objectivism allows you to do it, it's really a philosophy for success. It wants you to succeed. It wants you to apply yourself. It wants you to see yourself thriving. It wants you to succeed materially, physically, spiritually. But it asks you, it demands your work.
All too often, we see people that like reality is on their side in terms of what they're fighting for or what they're trying to do, and they have just like one job. I mean, I'll concretize this. So like the right, their main job basically in response to the left. So they're responding to the social justice left. People are saying, no, we're all individuals. Don't make us, don't try to push racism on us. We're the real individuals. And they seldom use that word, but that was the initial response to the social justice left. They had one job, like don't become like the tent for white nationalists to join. And of course, the alt-right had a field day with that whole movement and got increasingly more and more cozy and comfortable in the sort of new right, new conservative populist tent. On the flip side, let's say, and just to pluck another example, the establishment media, they hate Donald Trump. And there's a lot of good reasons to hate him, like you said, or to not want him in power. But all they had to just do is just report the actual facts. They didn't need to embellish or to distort anything. It's like you already have the most unlikable person, the most unpresidential president there is. You don't need to manipulate or deceive. So it's like there's all these cases where people have a lot going for them. Their one job is just not to fuck this up.
Is parenting a selfish value? It is an extreme selfish value. And in fact, it's probably even more of a difficult call than, say, a career choice, although it's on that same level. We were talking about romantic love, and I think that romantic love, it's harder to have a fully happy life without than, say, a children. But on the other hand, having children, when I talk to the parents that I know, it is such a major component of their happiness, a major component of their happiness. So yeah, it's the selfish value of it.
If you are somebody who wants children in your life, it is exactly the opposite. It would be a self-sacrifice, because I know people who do it. I don't want to bring a child into this world because of all the trends. I don't want to bring the child into this world because of the way things are going. I don't want to create life because there's a chance that person might find some reasons to be unhappy.
What is government? Well, what distinguishes government from any other group of people, any other institution, like a fraternity in college, or a church, or a corporation? Any other group has to work by the voluntary consent of the people that it deals with, the members of the group and the outsiders. The government doesn't work by voluntary consent. It doesn't say, please fasten your seatbelt. It doesn't say, please don't try this drug, it could be dangerous. It says, you do this, we'll arrest you. We'll send the police. Oh, we'll go through some polite letters first, but you know that if you persist in disagreeing with our edict or lawfully passed bill, the police will come. Government is the police force and the military for foreign invaders or foreign wars. But domestically, it's a police force. And of course, the military and the police force are both engaged in what? Force, physical force, the laying on of hands, the throwing in jail, locking it up. Ultimately, the firing squad, the electric chair.
Marilyn says the left offers us Elizabeth Warren, the right offers Donald Trump, a pox on both their houses. I agree, in both their collectivist houses. as it was said on the chat, call it out for what it is. It's collectivism, all of it. Ayn Rand is the individualist radical voice. She's the only alternative politically, epistemologically, aesthetically, metaphysically to the absolute friggin' intellectual morass, which is modern culture in the UK, in the US, worldwide.
And if anybody thinks that the establishment right is different from the establishment left, all you have to do is see how they each hate big business. They each conflate big with evil and little with good. And they speak in the same, idiotic, anti-business, anti-quote unquote monopolistic tropes. They're the same. They're the same creature with slightly different heads. That's it. And I mean, Crowder's doing it. Tucker Carlson's doing it. I'm beginning to hear less and less of a distinction between, the main players in this kind of business. I mean, Robert Reich is sounding sort of similar to a Tucker Carlson if you catch him on the right day. And many more people on the left are sounding like many more people on the right. Look, let's just end this nonsense and let them marry each other, get together, start their own little leftist, rightist, collectivist gang, and we can get on with living our lives as free. We'll be the opposite. We'll be the real liberals in the room, breaking the chains that they try to bind everybody else in.
Today is January 27th, which is my 36th birthday. And also today is my final episode of the Daily Objective. Very long. And I've always said, or I think a couple of times I said, when we would do one of these celebratory, 200th episode, whatever it is, or 2-year episode anniversary type thing, I would say the Daily Objective is something special that, us 4 main co-hosts did here. We built this, and it's not written in stone that it's going to always be the 4 of us. There's going to be other guest co-hosts, permanent co-hosts coming and going. Who knows, right? So I've always kind of had that in the back of my mind, and I think this was kind of a long time coming.